who knows what will happen. Maybe I'll hit somebody and it'll become a big thing, and I can be the latest internet craze as I flee the scene and foolishly upload the video to inadvertently turn myself in. You know, driving at night kind of makes me wish I had a nicer car and a scorpion jacket so I could be Ryan Gosling from Drive. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my parents' basement, your parents' basement, our parents' basement, and it's another episode of Out of the Basement, and this is a After Dark rendition, or maybe sunset rendition, doesn't matter. But the whole gimmick here is completely different than what we're used to. Usually we're going out to the store to get something, to pick something up. In this case, we're returning it. It's Fantastic Four First Steps on 4K. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Not like there's a loose disc in there or the case is cracked. Well, actually, there is something wrong with it. There's no slipcover. And I cannot live in a world where I do not get a slipcover with my 4K. The thing is, I'm a slipcover fiend, and I refuse to accept the fact that I'm not getting a slipcover with this. The purpose of the pre-order was to receive the slipcover, and I can't stand idly by knowing that there's copies right now sitting in the store at Walmart that have a slipcover on them, and meanwhile I have this edition of it that I pre-ordered that doesn't have one, and it's just ridiculous. You know, it's 2025, and the fact that slipcovers are not guaranteed with every release that, you know, does have it, generally speaking, does not sit right with me. And I know it might be like for some people it might be like a nitpicky thing to talk about. You know, it's a piece of cardboard that goes over the case. In some cases it takes up more room. They're not always aesthetically pleasing. You know, it's just a cheap rinky-dink piece of cardboard that you slip over a movie. Whether it's there or not does nothing. But for me, it does. Because don't try and interrogate me with your flashing signs. I like the design that it gives. I like the what it offers to the look of the case. I just like the appeal of it. You know, sometimes they're embossed, sometimes they're glossy. There's just something about it that enhances the whole thing about it for me. Grabbing it off, popping it, slipping it out of the slipcover. It's just the whole thing just adds another layer, another element to the whole process that really, you know, it's just another thing about it that I like. And the fact is, you know, whether you get it or not, you know, the price remains the same. Look at that beautiful scenery. Well, it was a very stealthy mission. I did not expect it to be so stealthy. Where are the keys at? Basically, a lot of the Walmarts by me have the plastic case syndrome, and that's fine. And I thought this Walmart did, but they don't. So here I thought I'd have to go in and come up with some like return excuse, yada yada yada. But all I did was stealthily swap and walk out. I didn't swap the cases. I only took a slipcover and left. So would a person walking out of that store with a slipcover or without a slipcover, let's say someone walked over into the store, grabbed Fantastic Four off the shelf, put it in their cart, it didn't have a slipcover. Another person walks off with a slipcover. They both check out at the same time. Is that rung? Is the ringed up Fantastic Four going to be different between the two? No. So is it stealing? I don't think so. I'm just taking what I deserve. I'm taking what I want, what I desire, what I crave more than somebody else. That, my friends, is the heart of a champion. So that's why I didn't really record in there, because I walked over to see what was going down, if I needed to do like a return or not. So they didn't have the plastic coverings, and so then it was Mission Impossible from then on out. And so I didn't want to whip out the camera, draw more attention to myself as I was casually trying to stroll. Now, you might be saying, why are you acting like you were doing something wrong if you weren't doing something wrong? Well, that's because I'm scared, and I am still a child at heart, and I've only just started to talk to people on the phone about business, and I've only just started to order for myself at the restaurants, So we only can go so far so fast. Anyway, guys, I thought there'd be more to this, so this is probably just gonna be like a little quick something. But now we've got a delicious slipcover. All those slipcovers were in pretty bad condition though, so I managed to find one that was pretty solid. But yeah, there were some that really were roughed up. So glad to have this now with a beautiful slipcover. Oh, everything is right with the world. Now let's get home, get back to the basement, and have a good time. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Out of the Basement. Sorry that it wasn't more of anything but just me driving and then like us briefly outside. We were really in more out of the basement, but in the car in this rendition. But nonetheless, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time in my parents' basement, your parents' basement, our parents' basement.